Hi, hi, hi. Happy Saturday, guys. I took a shower. Go ahead, Paul. Get down. Paul's chasing the cat around the house. How we doing? Hey, hey, hey. Happy Saturday.
This is a little further back than I thought.
How we doing? I try to get back with everybody. My messages are swarmed with so many messages, but if I can get to everybody, I promise I will.
We really do try to get back to everyone, but
it's our mission to make sure that we touch everyone's life, that everyone messages us. I promise, if I forget about you, it's not intentional. Blame my head, not my heart.
Seattle in the house.
What up?
For Saturday with you guys. Awesome. Welcome. Guys, thanks for joining us on this Saturday. We know that Saturdays are not always, you could have done anything and you chose to stay with us, so we appreciate that.
It's raining in Chi-Town. Good.
Chi-Town.
So you can just kind of relax and hang out with us today. Yes.
Alive another day, yes. It's a beautiful thing. Counting our blessings every day. How many people have a gratitude journal that they write 3 things they're grateful for every day in the morning? I don't know. We do. Me. Awesome. Yes.
Okay.
So there's quite a few of you.
Let me turn Kanye on.
10 things for you. Wow. Okay.
Good,
So that's.
good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because if you're doing the magic,
It
then
says
you
10
got
things.
lots of homework each day. But isn't this book amazing? If you do not have this book, please get this book.
Awesome.
Okay.
So today, over the last few days, we've been talking about levels of communication. We've been talking about kind of gearing up to, what we're doing today, which is taking you from A to Z in the entire process, from meeting somebody to an enrollment. But before we get into that, let's just go over a few basics.
Well, let's introduce ourselves,
Yeah,
because
that's
if you're
part of
if you're brand new to Periscope, welcome. We are on episode 63.
Yeah.
63 episodes. We have been doing live trainings for our team, and we've just noticed so many other teams jumping on board, as well as other entrepreneurs from traditional businesses, franchises, and other network marketing companies. So thank you for adding value to our life, because we know that everything is full circle. As we add value to your life, you guys are sending us such beautiful messages, so thank you for that. What?
Paul is sitting by a supermodel.
Oh, thanks.
What's up? So beautiful.
I took a shower today. I feel so pretty. In addition, if you're brand new to Periscope and you heard about this Paul Lynette thing and you don't know exactly what Periscope is, I want to give you a tip with Periscope, because it's a brand new platform and it acts wonky. That's our scientific term, and it doesn't act exactly in the best way. Sometimes it'll cut you off and disconnect, but here's the deal with Periscope. It saves our broadcast for 24 hours, so if you want to watch a smooth replay, then jump on your laptop or your computer and just find us on Twitter. Just find Global Executives, and there will be a Periscope link, because Twitter owns Periscope. Okay, so you can watch the replay really smooth on your computer. So we kind of recap yesterday. Yesterday was kind of nice, right? Planting seeds.
Did we introduce ourselves?
Did we introduce ourselves? My name is Lynette. Sorry.
My name is Paul.
We are great.
So yeah, if you just found us on Periscope, great. We appreciate that. And if you want to connect with us outside of Periscope, you can find our names on the Periscope profile description. So definitely keep that in mind. But
thank you.
Today, we are talking about a few different things as far as techniques and tricks. But I want to go real quick over the rules of the game. I know those of you that have been following us for a while, you've heard this 10,000 times before, but guess what? It's not bad to hear it again, because it's a friendly reminder, puts you in that right mentality to take on your day.
You look pretty too, Paul.
Well, thank you. Stop it.
Oh, yeah. You got to be careful with Periscope, because there's so many people on Periscope, and your phone will be whistling all day long. So just value your time. Be really careful who you're listening to. If you find value with us, obviously continue to watch us, because we're pretty consistent. Every single day we're on with you at 11 a.m. and we try not to interrupt your evening or any other time, because I think it's annoying when people are whistling all day long. I can't do it.
So do you have any tips on public speaking? Actually, not really. We're not public speakers.
I actually do. I was in Toastmasters.
Oh, goodness
I was in
gracious.
Toastmasters, and I did some things in high school.
Just you look at the audience, tell funny jokes, bring props, right? Like
Props?
Carrot Top.
What?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, don't listen to me. So
Gallagher, watermelon,
yeah.
hammer, no, none of that.
Anyway, I wanted to go over the rules of the game real quick.
Okay, so if you're brand new to Periscope or new to this training, I want you to write this part down, because even though Paul and I talk about the 2-week turnaround and the rule of 5, the rules of the game are different. This applies to anybody and in life in general. So
yeah,
write this part down, because we have to go over this every single day. I know it's monotonous and boring, but super important.
What's up, Brazil? Hey, so rules of the game. Number 1 is you are 100% responsible for all of your efforts and all of your results. If you're not getting what you want, well, there's
no one to blame but you.
Probably an indication that you're probably not taking the correct action. Yeah. And if you are getting the results that you want, then you know that you are taking the right action. But we can give you all the tips, tricks, methods, ideas in the world, which we're going to go into pretty deep here today. But if you don't take action on them, if you don't pursue them yourself, nothing's going to change. So, rule of game number 2 is energy first, techniques and mechanics second. Over the last few days, we've actually been talking about a lot of energy in the style that you communicate with people. Going over color code, you can check that out at colorcode.com. Going over, the message that you're sending, making sure that the message you're sending is the message that people are receiving, and how being lazy in language is not serving you or the person you're communicating with. And also, taking some of those words that diminish your message out of your message and replacing them with more empowering language.
Because remember, Paul and I always teach energy first, technique and mechanics second. You can do all the technique and mechanics second, but if you're living in funk, you're living in depression and grief and sadness and anger and all that stuff. Remember what I told you about the frequency scale? The technique and mechanics will never work for you, ever. They won't. Remember when I told you to, we talked about gratitude. This book is all about gratitude, and it will raise your frequency to the highest level. I remember we talked about 900. If you have no idea what we're talking about, you missed an awesome episode. But that's what we're talking about. You need to be living in a state of the highest frequency, highest energy. And if you don't like that word, then how are you showing up? Are you a positive person? Are you adding value to people's lives? Those things change your energy, and people will be attracted to you, which helps you with your technique and your mechanics.
Who's the author? Rhonda Byrne?
Rhonda Byrne. She wrote The Secret, but you need to get the magic.
Well.
Anyway, go into rule of the game part 3.
Rule of the game number 3 is detach yourself from the outcome. Work without expectation or emotion. Put all your emotion and effort in your goals and affirmations. So the working without expectation or emotion simply means that you want to continue to repeat the same basic steps over and over and over and over again. If they turn out good, then fine. If they turn out bad, then that's fine too. But you're constantly looking at what you're doing, assessing what you're doing, is it getting you the result, and then adjusting accordingly. If you look at your work in that way, it's very different than if you're attached to the outcome. Did somebody like my post? When I talked to someone, they just told me no, I'm crushed.
My upline offended me.
Yeah.
Or my crossline are being nasty to me, or I'm crying and I'm upset. No emotion in the business. So please take the emotion out of it and just do the work. Do the 2-week turnaround. Do the rule of 5. Do the 2-week turnaround and do the rule of 5, because you will be putting your emotion into your affirmations and into your
goals,
your daily goals.
Yeah. So we'll talk more about that real quick. And lastly, the rule of the game number 4 is be like water. You want to learn to flow. You want to learn to bend. You want to learn to kind of adapt to the environment around you and evolve with people, their personalities, situations, because the biggest and most impactful people on the planet are the ones that can flow with people. They have an idea, they have a mission, they have a vision, but they're able to flow and kind of deal with situations as they come. They're not overwhelmed, they're just taking it as something they need to adjust accordingly to.
So just like Bruce Lee, you be like water.
Yeah.
Okay, just flow, because things will come at you in your life, and we understand that, but you got to move around it. Life doesn't stop because something is coming at you, whether it's in a relationship or within the business or a death in the family. Those kinds of things, you got to work around it.
I was reading the other day, meaning this morning, I came across this sentence, if I can remember it. Everything in life is a form of instruction if you pay attention. So basically, it doesn't matter what happens to you in your life, good or bad. That's simply an instruction as to, do I need to do more of this to create more of a good result, or do I need to adjust my actions or my responses to deal with this, what's perceived as a negative situation?
But notice that he said response, not react. Many people react. That's dealing with the emotion again.
Yeah, so everything in your life that happens is actually a form of instruction as to what you should do. Do more of it or do less of it. Do more of the same or change what you're doing. And, be like the water. If you're in the cup, be the cup. If you're in the bottle, you take form of the bottle. But I think you guys get the point. So that's the rules of the game. So going into this is a lot of technical. This is a lot of, doing the work. Will also take a lot of discipline on your part to be responsible for doing the work, making sure that your energy is correct. Also being able to detach yourself from the outcome of doing the work so that you can take through the process from A to Z and get the outcome that you're looking for.
Do you know what we mean? Do you know what we mean when we say we're taking you from A to Z? Paul and I are going to take you literally everything of the last 63 episodes, from the 2-week turnaround, the 14-day talk, the rule of 5, dip theory, everything. We're going to give it to you right now. We're going to show you from when we meet somebody, implementing the 4 F's, or if you're branding yourself online, all the way into the product page, all the way to enrollment, all the way into the business, from A to Z, so you aren't flaring around on Facebook trying to figure out what to do each day. We're going to show you exactly where your energy should be spent. So if you are a busy mother of 5, or you've got a full-time job, or you're a full-time student, you know where to spend your energy so you're not feeling overwhelmed, right? Okay,
it's easy to get in that overwhelmed overwhelmed state. So we're trying to not only manage the efforts that you put in, but also create a maximum impact of the efforts that you can put in.
Okay. So if you are brand new to Periscope and you have no idea some of the lingo that we'll be using, all we ask is that you just stay with us, take a little bit of notes, because Paul and I always later. So we're with you and committed to you for the next 90 days. We're on episode 63, so we got a little bit less than 30 or so episodes left. We go over everything, and you're going to be learning everything that we teach, and you're going to be able to put everything together. So A through Z. If it doesn't make sense to you today, it's okay. Just take as much notes as you can, because we'll go over it again in another episode, and then each time you'll go, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's where I apply that. Oh,
you'll see where
makes sense.
The puzzles fit, or the pieces fit. Yeah.
But those that have been watching us over the last 63 episodes, we're going to combine everything today so you can see how to implement everything, how smooth this business can really be. Okay? So let me, I like to bust up my whiteboard, because as you know, I'm a student, I'm a professional student. I have to compartmentalize and organize my thoughts. And in addition, we all learn auditory, visual, and kinesthetically. And the great thing about Periscope and this platform is that I can teach you and train you all 3 ways. So here we go.
Awesome, guys. Screenshot time.
Screenshot. I write real small, but this looks like a hot mess. But when we break it down, you guys are going to go, no way.
Okay.
So, I want you guys to recognize this line right here, and this arrow leads here. Whether you are publicly prospecting, because everything above here is prospecting, whether you're publicly prospecting or on Facebook, everything will always be channeled here to the product page to enrollment. Everything always leads to enrollment. So with that said, where do we begin?
Well, where we begin is, how do we know that this is including a lot of the things that we talk about. So we're going to point out some specific things. The 2-week turnaround is built into this, but you're going to see a lot of the rule of 5. So obviously, you're a product of the product. You're using the products on a daily basis.
So let's start over, because there's some new people on here. If you don't know what we're talking about, the rule of 5 consists of...
Number 1 is become a product of the product. Number 2 is prospect.
Which is all up here. Prospecting is up here.
Okay. Number 3 is following up.
All down here. Follow-up is down here.
Number 4 is teach people about the products. You'll see that in here. And then number 5 is teach people about the business, which is also in here. But the reason we're telling you this is because this is the actual technique mechanics of the Rule 5. Now, the Rule 5 is something that is done every day. All 5 of those steps are done every single day. You can repeat multiple times, so you don't only have to do it once. I use the products multiple times a day, just like we prospect multiple times a day, just like we teach people about the business and the products multiple times a day, and so on.
Okay, so I've got my affirmation cards. Remember I told you I write my affirmations down with emotion. I'm doing it either up here at my 5 a.m. club, or maybe I'll hit them here before I go to sleep. I'm still reading when I'm doing this. That doesn't stop.
Yeah, we read each day. Okay, so let's dive in here.
Okay, so prospecting can go 2 different ways. We've gone over this before. When you're meeting somebody out in public, what do you say? And of course, Facebook. So I'll let Paul talk about Facebook and what this means, and then I'll talk to you about public, how I meet somebody and what we say over here.
Perfect. So Facebook we use specifically, not Instagram, not Twitter, not any of the other social media platforms.
Please stop using Instagram, guys.
Because
some of you are still doing that.
Yeah, it's just not as effective and the dialogue's just not there. So we're specifically talking about Facebook. And then there's a few ways to prospect on Facebook, and this all includes your branding. Now, this red star right here, this is an indication that you are not focused on yourself, but focused on others by adding value. When you're prospecting, you should be focusing on adding value.
Somebody's asking, what is the product? It doesn't matter whether you're in a traditional business, a franchise, or a network marketing business. This will still apply to anything, okay, guys?
It's actually true. It doesn't matter the product. So you're branding yourself with your particular product. We've already talked about branding. It's part of the 2-week turnaround. You should be branding yourselves a minimum of 5 times a day. Part of that branding is using the dip theory. Lynette's talked about the dip theory. That's used in a power post scenario where you can increase the curiosity of not only your life, but your business and how that's fitting together. We'll go in that more detail in the future. This one here, no VV. That's no verbal vomiting. Guys, you don't have to give every single detail about every single product and every single business idea that you have. In fact, the less you say, probably the better, because this is only supposed to lead into adding them to the product page.
So again, if you're on Facebook and you put a post or a body transformation picture and somebody goes, what are you doing? I'm interested. Your only goal is to get them into the product page.
So a smart response would be, if they say, I'm interested, what is it about? A smart response would be, well, let me go ahead and add you to my product page so you can find what it's all about.
But I want you guys to pay special attention to this part here. If you can see it, it says seed about the product page. Remember yesterday we talked about planting seeds, because many of you have one objection in, well, the product page is overwhelming, it's too much, it's too fast, and they don't like it. Well, this is where you are going to plant the seed of greatness or of amazement. Because when somebody asks you about what are you doing, I'm interested, this is when you take it into a private Facebook page, a private Facebook message, and you say, hey, I want to add you to a support page. May I have your permission? Just want to let you know that it's overwhelming and a little bit fast-paced, but man, this page is amazing and you're going to love it. So many amazing health transformations and body transformations, and I just want you to see the culture of what I'm doing. Do you see how I did that? Because you're planting the seed that they will not get overwhelmed, they'll get irritated or annoyed by it. You want to let them know they're going to love it. So plant that seed and then get them into the product page.
Okay. So another thing about the planting the seeds is this is your responsibility. Remember, we talked about the rules of the game. It's your responsibility to brand yourself correctly. It's your responsibility to hold your tongue. Don't say too much. It's also your responsibility to say the things that are necessary so that the person that you're adding to the product page can get the full experience and understand that it is fast-paced. It can be overwhelming, but you're giving them the idea that it's not necessarily overwhelming. It's just, this is the energy of the page. You're going to love it. Okay, so
verbal vomit in the product page, all you want, but do not verbal vomit up here, because you're still building curiosity. You do not want to say too much at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is via Facebook. That is your social media prospecting roadmap, I guess.
Does anybody have any questions on that part? Holding tongue too. Okay, again, you know how to use Facebook because we go into how to use Facebook with the 2-week turnaround. Okay, you're branding yourself accordingly. You may on occasion use the dip theory. If you don't know what the dip theory is, we'll go over that on another episode. No verbal vomiting, still creating curiosity, planting the seed that the product page is amazing, and then add them to the product page.
Yeah.
Guilty, total verbal vomit in the beginning. Next, verbal
Yeah,
vomit.
the reason we're mentioning that is because that's what we used to do.
How do we get on the product page? Pyramid sales. No, this is not pyramid sales. I don't even know what pyramid sales is, but awesome. Stay with us. Okay, we talked about this because I think on episode 60 or maybe 59, we talked about everything about the product page. Stay with us. That's going to be another episode because we talk about the high intensity energy of the product page within your own team. Okay, but we can't go in that today, so just follow us.
Yeah. So yeah, most people do say too much at the beginning. Just
okay.
because.
Again, what is the product page? The product page is where all products will be taught and educated. It is on your team. Jill Bowman is our 13-star platinum. She has her own product page where there's like 33,000 people. Again, do not reinvent the wheel, but we'll go over that another time. Your only job is to get them into the product page. Now, when you're out and about, you're having dinner or you're in the grocery store, you're in Target. No, it is not our business product page. Okay, hold on. I want to clarify that.
There's a clarification. Okay. So our product page has to do with the business that we're in and the products that are provided by our company, and all the information that goes along with it. When we're talking about the product page, we're talking about inspiration, we're talking about education, we're talking about motivation. There's a sense of culture, support, and accountability.
But business is never mentioned in the product page. I just want to make sure that's clear.
The business, we also have a separate business page specifically to talk about business techniques, ideas, and tactics. This would be equivalent to you in a storefront, you have your product display, this is what the customer sees. They don't go to your back room and have employee meetings with you because there's no reason for that to happen. This is a totally different mindset. So
you're out and about. So your team page. Yes, sending the babies kisses. Okay, so if you meet somebody in public, you're in Target, you're in Walmart, or you're at yoga class, wherever it may be, you meet somebody in public, not online. You're offline here. Remember, we go into compliment and ask a question, and then you go into the 4 F's. So for example, you were at a restaurant and the waiter or the bartender does an amazing job waiting tables on you, giving you great, amazing service. And you say, wow, your service was impeccable tonight. Thank you so much for taking care of us. How long have you worked here? So I'm complimenting and asking a question. And of course they answer it, I've been here for 2 years. Well, you should do what I do. That's part of the 4 F's taught by Michael Klaus, is where I got this from, so I'm not making anything up. And so I say, you should do what I do. And they say, well, what do you do? And then this is when I go into, well, I help people feel better, get them fabulously fit, and financially free. Are you on Facebook? That's when I ask them right on the spot, are you on Facebook? And Chris Hester did, he posted something in one of our business pages, which I think is brilliant. When you are asking somebody, can you hold it for me? When you're asking somebody.
We're going to role play.
Well, Paul, you did an amazing job waiting tables on me.
Why, thank you.
How long have you worked here?
14 years.
Worked here 14 years. How are you enjoying it?
Well, it could be better.
Yeah? Well, you should do what I do.
Oh, what do you do?
Well, I help people feel better, get them fabulously fit, financially free. Tell you what, are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Perfect. Right here on the spot to earn trust. I'll go ahead and pull up my Facebook app, hand him my phone and say, can you find yourself on Facebook? Maybe we can connect. And I'll show you exactly what I do. Would that be okay?
There I am.
Perfect. Thanks. Do you see how that works?
Guys, it really is that simple. We've done it 1,000 times before, and it really does work. And we get messages all the time that people do this, and they're like, hey, guess what? It worked. Guess what? It worked again and again and again. And we love hearing those stories. But
and the great thing is,
it's just that simple.
If you can't remember all the F's, that's okay, because I get, like, what is it? deer headlights, eyes, you know, I just, I can't, like right now I can't talk, like I forget my words. That's okay, because if you can't remember all the F's, no worries. As long as you can say, you should do what I do. What do? Well, do you have Facebook? I'll show you.
Guys, our role playing was a little bit of tongue in cheek because it was supposed to sound a little goofy.
So,
but it is that simple, and that's what we do say. Just say it in a natural way.
okay.
So
the whole idea is to find them on Facebook right on the spot, hand them your phone, because this builds trust. Instead of me keeping my phone and trying to find them, it's kind of like, could I have your phone number? And people are real hesitant about doing that. So just, can you find yourself on Facebook? Builds trust right there on the spot. Chris Hester, thank you.
So there's a question about, do you give them your business card if they're not on Facebook?
No business cards. I don't ask for phone number. I do not ask for email. That's all old
Guys,
school.
let me just throw this out there. This is just our opinion here.
Have you had a bad experience using this method? No, that's why we teach it. We have had 100% amazing results doing it this way.
Real quick, you know, as soon as cell phones were invented, business cards became kind of irrelevant, to be honest with you. I mean, even, you know, one of my best friends who has been a realtor for 10, 15 years, not only has he never used a business card, but he's also never done any business with somebody that gave him a business card. He's told me that. So we know, I mean, you guys know, how many people have you called off of a business card? So just keep that in mind. Use your phone, connect with them right away.
Yeah. Okay, if they don't have Facebook, this is the whole idea. I am the CEO of my own company. I'm pre-qualifying people. I am pre-qualifying. I'm in charge. If they don't have Facebook, then I need to make the determination right there. Do I want to continue on with this business transaction? Does that make sense?
That's true.
Because if they don't have Facebook, I have to work 10 times as hard, because the whole idea with Facebook and the product page, it's team oriented. Remember, solo is a no-go. They will be an island left on them by themselves because they can't engage. Does that mean that I don't want their information, or that I don't want to do business with them or have a customer experience with them? No, not at all. But the whole idea is, are you on Facebook? Because I'm asking him, you should do what I do. That's a business question. Do you see what I'm saying? You should do what I do.
Well,
if he's not, so if he's not on Facebook, then I need to make the determination, or maybe at that point, we can exchange information. At least, can I get your phone number? Maybe I can send you some pamphlets or information, or maybe I can email you or text you information at that point. Okay?
Guys, the reason we do that is because it's easier we've seen and found that it's easier and more duplicatable to build it this way. And if they're not on Facebook, now it's going to be harder for them than it is for us, and they're not going to have a fair chance at, you know, succeeding in this business the way that we build it.
Okay? So remember, compliment, ask a question. I want you to keep note of all the red stars down here. We'll go into that in a moment. Well, I'm not dismissing the idea that they don't have Facebook. I'm pre-qualifying. So let's keep going.
Yeah, let me just say, you can't ever say the wrong thing to the right person or the right thing to the wrong person. So if they're on Facebook, great, you know how to do it. If they're not on Facebook, then go ahead and get their phone number and take it from there. But you know that there's extra work involved. But if they are somebody who wants to use the products and build a business, then they will obviously do it. So you just want to follow the same protocol.
Now remember, Paul and I teach new business 2.0 methods. The old business methods still work, but we're just implementing and teaching you new business methods. That's why we're using Facebook, getting off of Instagram, that kind of stuff. Okay, so don't disregard the old business ways. We're just implementing new business ways and teaching you that. Okay. So once you get people into the product page, amazing. This is where you want everybody to be. Remember, all of this up here is prospecting. Now, with the rule of 5, now we're going into following up. And this is where everybody kind of messes up and gets a little wonky with your technique, and you get all confused and scared.
Yes. So keep in mind here, you're prospecting until you add them to the product page. As soon as they add it to the product page, you have now switched to follow-up mode.
And everybody gets scared or intimidated by following up because you think following up is only a phone call. All of this is following up. All of it.
So we're going to go through it.
So we're going to go in. This is one side and this is the other. Once somebody is added into the product page, I'm going to open up a welcome post inside the welcome page. Hi Sherry, I'm so glad that I met you today in the restaurant. I want to invite you into my support page. This is where you can find so many amazing health transformations and body transformations. You're going to fall in love. Take a look at the files. Take a look at the pictures. Everybody in here is so amazing. Welcome. Enjoy the group. That's the welcome post.
Okay, so now you've just created a platform in your product page to start following up on a regular basis. We're going to show you how.
Once I welcome the individual in, now me or someone on my team will add a video or a tool. Because how many of you are really truly using the tools? Or do you even know when to use the tools? Well, this will be the perfect time to add a video. In our case, in our company, we have amazing videos, so I would add something called Isagenix Difference. Here, whatever company that you represent, you can add a tool or a video here in the welcome post, in the comment section. Immediately, you immediately add the video tool, Isagenix Difference. The reason I like this, or Start Your Life, there's a Start Your Life movement, or what is it called?
Start Your Life.
Start Your Life, that's another great video that I would add immediately on the welcome post, because you want to layer another element into the product page, because the person cannot understand what's happening with just the product page. But adding a tool adds another emotional element. They can hear music, they can see people, they can feel the culture of your company with a tool or a video.
So real quick, Lynette adds somebody in, does a welcome post. I get a notification that Lynette has posted in our product page. So I go there and check it out. Sure enough, it's somebody she's welcomed in, a prospect. So I'll add a video into the comment section, hey, saying something like, hey, welcome to the group, so glad you're here. Check out this video about our amazing company. The video is copy and pasted in there along with my comment, and then everyone follows up by welcoming them in. The rest of the group is kind of working together. Okay?
Now, this will be at your discretion. I personally do not like to put iSaMovie right here because it takes them out of the product page. I like to use Isagenix's YouTube videos. It has to be the company's channel.
From their channel.
From their channel. And copy paste the video here because I want to keep them inside my product page. This is where the magic happens. Not to say that it doesn't work if you send them to iSaMovie, but I've just had much more luck with keeping them in the product page. Okay?
Again,
now,
thinking about your product page as your storefront, so keep them in the store.
After 12 to 48 hours of them marinating in the product page, then I will add a second video. And at this point, this video will be Getting Started with Eric Coover. The second video, a second tool, will be Getting Started with Eric Coover. In your company, you may want to add another additional tool or another video.
So can you give us an idea as to how to add that into the comment section?
Yes. Following up here would be...
Guys, did you hear this is following up?
Okay, 12 to 48 hours later, in the comment section of this same welcome post, I will say, hi Sherry, I hope you're still enjoying the group. I hope you're enjoying the group. I was thinking about you. Let me know if you have any questions. I don't say, hi, I was just thinking about you. I don't mean to pester you. If you have any questions, just feel free to call me. None of that. None of that, because remember we talked about blues and whites, colorcode.com. You like to say the word just, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to bother you, I don't mean to pester you. None of that. Just say, I was thinking about you. I hope you're enjoying the group. Let me know if you have any questions. Getting started video, bam, done.
Oh, as far as any videos that might say this is a scam, don't worry about that. This works, and if people are looking at your storefront with your information, obviously you have a degree of trust and rapport with them. I can assure you that's the last thing they're going to worry about.
Well, they shouldn't see any other videos with the word scam on it because that's why the video link keeps them inside the product page. It doesn't take them back out into YouTube.
Yeah, they just click on the link and
they
shows
just click on the link and they're staying within the product page. At this point, this one gets a little wonky. I know many of you are going to have a lot of questions about this. So we're going to have to go over this another time, but within our product page, we have a special specific post that breaks down the 3 top packages. price and everything. It says what's all in each system, each package, and it is a nice breakdown. So what I would do inside that post, I would find this post and tag my prospect in this post. I know that sounded a little confusing. Let me repeat that. There's a specific post within my product page, and it's called Which Isagenix Pack is the Best Fit for You? And we broke down the 30-day system, the pace setters, and the President's Pack per price per day. In your company, you might want to have the same kind of system or post that breaks everything down. You will tag your prospect in that post so they have another layer of information. Immediately, once I tag them, then I can give them a call, I can private message them, or remember we talked about the other day, I can send them a video chat, because when you're doing two-dimensional texts, I hope you're still enjoying the group, whatever, it takes the personality out of you because they can't hear your passion. So start using the video chat that's in the private message. Facebook has a Facebook has a video chat inside their private message. Does that make sense? So you can follow up with the video chat also.
Yeah, somebody says I'm only in Strive. That's fine. Strive for Change is the product page.
Yeah. If you are in Tanya Kirkpatrick's, she has Free to Be. Tracy O'Malley has Strive for Change. Jill Bowman has XHP. And if you are in all three, then you need to be working in one product page only. Oh my God! So many questions popped up. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so we'll kind of keep going here, but I want you to look and be reminded of this. This right here is setting your prospect up for success. Also, subconsciously, you're also setting them up for success because it is duplicatable if they ever decide to do the business with you.
Notice how much you guys have said so far. You did some branding, easy to get them in the product page. You did a welcome post. Tool did the work. Tool did the work. Post did the work. Now call in or a private message or a video chat. This is like the first other interaction you're having with somebody that they have already a layer of information with them that they can take and start to talk to you about what you actually have, because now they have information. They're a little more educated, so you can help them with their questions.
Now it doesn't stop here. This is where people get wonky. This is where you mess up. This is where you get disorganized, because there's other things happening simultaneously.
Yes.
When you add somebody in.
This is all together, guys.
This is important. Please pay attention, because this is part of the follow-up. Remember, all this is follow-up, all of this. Following up is not just the call and the video chat over here. That's not the follow-up. All of this is follow-up, and what that includes is you posting in the product page. You are teaching about the products in the product page. This is part of the Rule of 5. Remember, part 4 of the Rule of 5 is teach about the product inside the product page. This does not include just motivational quotes. Love the motivational quotes, but we need to move volume. This is how you're building your business. You teach about auto ship in here. You teach about, I'm drinking Cleanse for Life with Orange Replenish here. It's you taking a picture, selfie with what you're drinking or what you're eating, what you're consuming. When you post, you change the Facebook algorithm. When you post, you change the Facebook algorithm, because when you post and your prospect gets a notification on their phone, oh, hey, Tracy just posted in the product page. Let me see what that's about. And then you bring them back. You bring them back into the product page.
Back into your store.
How amazing is that? Again, you're educating and teaching. You're inspiring and motivating. Here is where I know you can't, it's hard to see. When you are motivating and inspiring in the product page, you're adding hope and optimism, because when somebody loses 60 pounds, oh my God, you look beautiful, you look amazing, keep going, we're your biggest cheerleader. Or if somebody's having tummy issues, that's okay, I did too. Pound the water and take the multi-enzyme complex, and that'll help. But you're inspiring, you're educating, you're telling people to keep going. We believe in you, we believe in you. But this is where everybody messes up. I don't know why you guys don't want to do this, because remember, those that post the most sounds fake. What sounds fake? What sounds fake?
Yeah, I don't know if you're part of our company or not, but when you say sounds fake, we don't know what you mean if you're being a troll, and we don't have time for trolls. So anyways, while you're doing this, you're doing this. And the reason is when somebody is added to your store, they're seeing you post, they're seeing you educate, they're seeing you inspire, they're seeing you encourage other people that have lost 60 pounds.
And that's not fake. This is all genuine stuff that you're truly, truly doing. You're authentically, when Shelly Paya lost all her weight, she looked amazing. Her self-confidence boosted. Of course I'm going to cheer her on. That's what really gets me.
I don't know what you're doing. If you're not being a professional encourager, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're saying sounds fake. Okay? So if you bring somebody into your store, your product page, and you are educating, inspiring, motivating, and showing them hope, these people are seeing people who have already gotten results. And this will also encourage them to make an educated decision. At that point, you can support them. Okay?
Now, this is where everybody messes up, because this is why your business isn't growing. This is why you're plateauing. This is why you're stalling. Please pay attention to this. This is what you're not doing, and this is why your business isn't growing. Those that post the most, those that love on people the most, those that encourage the most, make the most money. So if you only have 10 minutes a day, if you only have an hour a day, this is where you're spending most of your time. This is considered following up. This is considered following up too. So please don't be scared with following up. You're not bothering anybody. You're not bothering anybody. You're educating, because our company talks about, in all companies, we educate, they make the decision, and then we support. That's all you're doing, okay? So just be authentic and be an encourager and a cheerleader and love on people. Your business isn't growing because you're not loving on enough people. That's what it comes down to. All of this is following up, okay? And with that, on average, it takes 4 to 18 exposures.
Guys,
4 to 18 exposures before somebody says yes.
Okay, so
this is a marketing statistic. This is not something we're making up. This is truth. Whether it's Pepsi-Cola or Coca-Cola or whatever, or somebody looking at wanting to go to Chipotle, it takes 4 to 18 exposures before somebody says, you know what, I want to try that place. I want to try that product. Oh, whatever. But with you posting and inspiring and educating and offering hope, and you're doing the tools, they're getting the 14 to 18 exposures. They are. But this is where everybody is dropping the ball.
Guys, you have to keep planting those seeds so that they can make the decision. And if you just did each one of these one time, you'd have 11 exposures right there.
This is not overwhelming at all, because look, I want you to remember in the 2-week turnaround, the first part of the 2-week turnaround is adding value to people's lives. If you're not adding value to people's lives, I don't even know what you're doing. As a human being, we're supposed to be a natural encourager. We add value to our children's life, we add value to our parents, we add value to our siblings, we add value to random strangers, sending happy birthday messages, sending random gifts to people, making people feel better than they've ever felt before. And where you see the red stars is where you're adding value. I'm complimenting people. I'm branding myself, adding value by having positive, motivating posts in the news feed. You know how many negative stuff is on Facebook? How refreshing would it be for you to add value to people's lives on Facebook by posting something positive and healthy? I'm adding value by complimenting somebody when I welcome them in. They feel so amazing. When I added my 74-year-old Filipino mother into my product page, and she had over 30 comments and welcomes and likes and loves, she cried, because for the first time she felt so warm and welcome and loved by a community of strangers. You will never find that anywhere else in the private sector world. In our company, in our industry, you will be loved so more amazingly than you've ever been loved before. And this, we're adding value. I'm adding value by posting and educating and inspiring people. Look how many, well, this is where I'm adding my value, guys. It never stops. It never stops. And all of you have stopped adding value. Why? And you wonder why your business isn't growing. Those that post the most and add value to people's lives, this is where you're going to make 6 figures. Paul and I make multiple 6 figures because this is what we do. And some of you sit there behind the screen going, I want to build this business. I want to so bad, Lynette, but I can't. Nothing is moving. Add value to people's lives and your financial blueprint will change. Your financial blueprint will change. All I do is this because Jill told me to do it. I do this because Tracy O'Malley does it and Tanya Kirkpatrick. I want to be where they are, so I do what they do.
Guys, you're not going to accidentally make 6 and 7 figures in this business. This needs to be repeated over and over again, and that's why the leaders that we're following are where they are. They've done it hundreds and hundreds of more times than we have.
Take the focus off of yourself. Take the focus off of yourself for once in your life. Stop being selfish and help somebody else. There's so many people that need to be helped, whether it's financially or psychologically or physically. We have the solution for that.
Guys, if you don't have a product page, you need to create it.
You better create one right now.
So here's the thing about that. We talk about the rules of the game. This is your responsibility. If you want to build a business in our industry with the newer 2.0 techniques that we're talking about, you have to have a products page. That is your storefront. That's where people go to see what you have. That's where people go to be able to be held accountable, become educated, become inspired, and to grow not only themselves, but to add their friends and family in. So that this is all referral-based marketing. I mean, this is just how it works. If you don't have a product page, you have to take 100% responsibility and create one. You need to take responsibility on how many times you post each day, the energy of the page, keeping negativity out, putting on contests, doing different things like that. This, we talked about it another day, a different day, like a week ago, about what a product page would include, but it would land on you. Now that's not a burden. That's just what it is right now. Okay, it is what it is. The fact that you don't have a product page is not good or bad. It just is. Now you need to create it and give it time for it to flourish. It's taken Jill, our partner and friend,
4 years?
She's been doing this for 4 years. It took about 2 years to get things really exploding. But that's not to say that she wasn't kicking ass well before then. It's just that you have to create it. You have to start creating it in order for it to flourish.
Love to help. I don't even know who you are. I don't know who you are. I don't know that handle. She said, is XHP my product page? I don't know who you are. Can't I use hers? I don't know what all these questions mean.
If you're part of Jill's team, then XHP is...
Kimberly Judd? Kimberly Judd? Yes. XHP is your product page. Yes. Yep. If that's Kimberly Judd. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I want to get into this because all of this will lead to enrollment. That's the whole idea of all of this, right? We're following up here. Hang tight, guys. It's hard to teach, to train, and read all these. Do you follow up with all your... If you know, they will come. Okay, so hang tight and we'll save some questions towards the end. Save your questions. Because all this right here is follow-up. Remember, all of this is prospecting. All of this is following up. Anywhere from 4 to 18 exposures before somebody says yes, and then we go into enrollment. And this is where the magic happens and continues to happen, because now we go into the 14-day talk. If you don't know what we're speaking of, please see Tracy O'Malley's 14-day talk on YouTube. And I want to make this clear. You do not send your prospect or your new team member Tracy O'Malley's video. You're watching it to learn so you know how to say it in your own verbiage, and then you get on the phone and talk to your new team member and walk through them the 14-day talk, or you can make a homemade video like Paul and I do, and then we send my team member the link with Paul and I talking about the 14-day talk. Please don't send Tracy O'Malley's 14-day talk to them. Does that make sense? We just need you to go watch it so you know what to say, so you can guide the person what is to happen over the next 2 weeks. You make sure that you send them a welcome email and a welcome video. The welcome video in our company is a welcome Isagenix video with Kathy Coover. Now, if you see these purple stars, this is where seeds are planted about the business. This video, if you have not seen Getting Started video with Eric Hoover, oh my God, you're missing out. What an amazing video. He breaks everything down from the President's Pack to the 30-day pack and talks about U+2 and mentions the business here. Seed planted. When I do the 14-day talk on the 14th day without even trying, oh, business, please, seed planted. And then of course the welcome video with Kathy Coover. She talks about the business U+2 and how to get your products paid for. Oh, seed planted. Let the tools do the work for you. Amazing, right?
Guys, so enrollment doesn't end when they purchase the pack, fill out the form and purchase the pack. Enrollment is not complete until you've done the 14-day talk. You've sent them a welcome email and a welcome video. Now, keeping in mind, you've done your prospecting. You may have never talked about the business. They're in your product page. You still may have never talked about the business, but this video has. Then when they're educated enough to choose the product pack that would best fit them and their needs, they'll enroll. You still haven't talked about the business. The video has. In the 14-day talk, you talk about the business without talking about the business. Without even trying, somebody's going to come up to you and say, "What are you doing?" That essentially is exactly what we do. Okay? That's talking about the business. And then the welcome video talks about the business. These two videos here will show them you plus two, them plus two. It will also show them that if you want to continue on and make $3,000 to $5,000 a month or more, you can repeat that process and continue on. They have done it for you. They can say it better than we can anyway. So let them do it. So people are very nervous about. They're very nervous about mentioning the business. You don't have to. You don't even have to. It's already mentioned for you in the videos. Now, when we talk about the 14-day talk in that particular video that we make for them and send them, we do mention the fact that our company has changed our financial blueprint. It's blessed us beyond measure, and this is something that we've chosen as a career. That doesn't have to be your.
Guys, we make multiple six figures playing on Facebook.
Yeah, that doesn't have to be your desire. But should you ever want to come back and revisit that, we can talk about that in the future. That's all we talk about as far as the business goes. But that is planting a seed, guys. You don't have to throw up on them and give them all the information. You plus two, them plus two, the cycles, the executive pay, the reentry. You don't have to talk about any of that.
There's no wrong or right way. Just make sure they get a welcome email and just make sure they see the welcome video with Kathy Coover. There's no right or wrong way. Just give it to them.
All right, guys.
Text it to them.
Real quick, I want to just mention, we've talked about a lot of different things.
Look at this. People don't even know the welcome email. Yeah. There's
okay,
a welcome
so welcome email in your back office. You can also Google welcome email Isagenix. They have a format that you can follow. But everything that we talked about today, I know there's a lot of information that kind of intertwines a lot of different things that we talk about over the last 60 some odd days. But the whole thing to keep in mind is it's
okay, let me answer this real quick. Leaders go first. Okay, leaders go first. Many of you always want to ask many questions, and we want to answer them all. But as leaders, okay, this is a little tough love for many of you. Try to do a little bit of research yourself before you ask a question. Just try, okay? Because this will help you in the long run. When your team gets super big, you can't answer everybody's questions, nor do you want to be the person that answers all of them. So leaders go first. So step up in your leadership and try to do a little bit of research yourself first. If you can't find the answer, then absolutely go to someone on your team. But all you have to do is just go to Google and just type in, for instance, in our company, welcome email, Isagenix, and Google will give you what you need, okay? Or Isagenix gastric bypass, and it'll give a great article about how you can implement Isagenix products with somebody who has gone through a gastric bypass. Or if you want to talk about Isagenix and carbs, or Isagenix and this, or your company and that, just put that in Google and you'll see so many beautiful articles about what you need to find, okay? Or in our case, in our company, ISA FYI, isagenixhealth.net. Go to these specific sites. Look, Isagenix in our company has provided everything already for us. Every question that's ever been asked, trust me, it has been answered by our company, okay?
Real quick on the enrollment question.
Yes, you can use the new associate checklist, absolutely, yes.
We send them the 14-day talk, and then the other welcome video the welcome video we're referring to is the Kathy Coover welcome video. Go to YouTube, go to Isagenix channel, just look it up. It's there, you'll see it, and it just goes over the basics. Welcome to the company, you're gonna love the products, here's the you plus two, them plus two, and so on. So that is the welcome video we're referring to. But guys, keep in mind, this is something we've been doing for well over a year now. It's like second nature to us, it's no big deal. To some of you, this is the first time you've heard any of it. To some of you, this is you've heard this a handful of times. So be patient with yourself. It's going to be a little bit hard in the beginning, It'll be a little messy in the middle. That's okay. But it's going to be really
Gorgeous.
a gorgeous, beautiful thing at the end.
We were not this organized. Trust me, in the beginning we were flaying around trying to figure things out, and we did it wrong. But again, it makes no difference if you do it wrong.
It's just practice until you get good.
Until it gets right.
You know what's funny is when people put on an amazing performance in the symphony, we think that it's such a brilliant thing. Whereas the musician putting on the performance is thinking to themselves, well, it actually has to do with the 10,000 hours of practice that I've put in that I'm so smooth on stage today. So, you know, it's not so much about what we're doing and how we make it sound here. It was the 16, 17 months that we've been doing this that has helped us to refine it. Because we didn't even know what we were doing. We had to kind of distill it out. Okay, this is what Jill taught us, as we learned from other leaders, you know, this is what's worked for us. We can start doing this stuff on purpose. Okay, and let's fit this in there and then put that over there, and then this will work nicely, and it's a nice smooth transition, and we don't like talking on the phone, so we're going to use this method, and then so on. But do you guys understand? Just keep working through it, keep sticking with the basics, adjust, and you'll see it work.
So Scott, you can see our faces. After 63 episodes, we've kind of learned how to use Periscope, so you may not know how to use it. So if you'll just touch your screen and click the X, all the comments will move down to the bottom because Paul and I can't, we're at the very top of Periscope, trust me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just can't see us because you need to push the X, not us.
If you're trying to comment, the keyboard comes up, and then the comments cover our faces, so you have to drop the keyboard, that's all.
And then do we send, I think there was another question, do you send videos via PM? Yes, you can. For me, I like to keep my prospects inside the product page, or I want to bring them back to the product page, so I use the tools inside the product page. But have I ever used a private message? Absolutely. So just kind of see what works for you. I like to keep my prospects in the product
Let me
page.
clarify. There's a reason that you would send videos via the private message or through text. The 14-day talk, you're not going to put in your product page. Okay? The 14-day talk is a video that you make and that you send them directly to your prospect via private message or text. Also, the welcome video. Don't go putting the welcome video in the welcome post that you put in your product page a week ago.
I guess you can, but I don't send it with the email.
With the welcome email via the email.
Yes, we do lots of three-way calls and lots of three-way chats. Absolutely. But we're just kind of giving you a general breakdown of what's happening in the product page and how important it is, and where all of you are messing up in terms of following up and engaging, because many of you are dropping the ball in posting and educating and inspiring, and this is where the bulk of your business is. So yes, we do the new associate checklist. There's so many things that Paul and I do, but I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty stuff. I just want to make sure that we give you a nice organized manner of the things that we do via Facebook and
okay, let me clarify. There is, after you add your prospect to the product page, you will add them with a welcome post. Okay? Then you will add to that welcome post a video showing more of the culture of your company. The welcome video that we're talking about that you give them privately.
Welcome post for all the team. Isn't that overwhelming? No, it's not overwhelming.
No.
My team, you may think it's overwhelming. For me, I am in so much gratitude because that means my team is growing, my organization is growing. How amazing, because I want to leverage my time. The more I see my team adding those welcome posts, go. I am ecstatic. That's exciting to me. That to me is residual income. To me, that is my organization. For me, that is financial freedom. You need to look at it in a different way. It's not overwhelming.
How many of you guys have gone to a restaurant that's dead and then left because no one else eats there? How many of you have gone to a restaurant that is hopping and packed out and you're like, I will wait in line for 4 hours because this has got to be good?
Exactly. I love on them too. Love on everybody that gets into your product page. Love on them.
Yep. Let me finish my point though. The welcome video, we're talking about sending them privately, not in the product page, is the welcome video after they enroll. The welcome video after they enroll. Okay, that goes along with the welcome email.
I missed the question. What was the question?
Well, there was somebody was confused about, I thought you add the video in the welcome post in the product page. Okay, there's two different types of welcoming. There's the welcoming when somebody's brand new to your store. You're welcoming them into your store, into the product page. And then there is the welcome email and video that you send them after they are enrolled.
Okay, so I tell you what, if you don't know what we're speaking of, once you see the videos, you'll know exactly where and when to put them. In our company, the Isagenix difference is just a nice introduction of the culture of Isagenix. This is where I want to put them immediately inside the welcome post. This is what I want them to see so they can feel the culture of my company. The welcome video with Eric Hoover is once they enrolled in my company, I'm welcoming them in. I'm sorry, what did I say?
With Eric.
I'm sorry. The welcome email with Kathy Coover is a video that I want to give them because I want to welcome them on my team. I want to welcome them into the company. So that would be after enrollment. Okay.
So typically after the enrollment, there is no announcement that they're starting. I have seen some people put in their product page say, hey, Shannon just got her 30-day pack. I'm so excited, and she's super pumped to try it. That's something simple.
Why does it seem difficult? Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, I do lots of posts on my phone. I do lots of educating and posts on my computer. I just have upgraded my phone, so it's much more easier. I don't do welcome posts on my phone because I can't tag properly. For some reason, the tagging capabilities with Facebook and iPhones acts a little wonky.
That's key. When you're doing the welcome post, you want to tag them in the post. Make it personal.
But, depending on how busy you are, because remember, I'm doing this full time, so I can do this throughout all day long. It looks like I'm on Facebook all day long, and some days I am, some days I'm really not. I just check in, check out, and I'll go to the gym, or I check in and check out, and then I'll go grocery shopping. I check in, check out, and I'll hang out with Paul. But depending on how busy you are, I want you to work in 50-minute blocks to keep yourself organized. Or if you can only do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at lunch, and maybe 10 minutes in the evening, but you'll need to organize your calendar so you can learn a routine and get into your own rhythm of posting and inspiring each day and welcoming people in and that kind of stuff.
As far as we know, Hootsuite and Buffer don't
No,
work
that's wrong.
in private group pages.
That's wrong. Hootsuite and Buffer do not work in private pages, only on your personal public page. Yeah. Okay. What else we have? Because we're supposed to go into how we use the our website, but that's going to take too long.
Guys, that's going to be that's going to be another discussion. So we're gonna stop here. As far as you've enrolled somebody, we're going to show you how to do that via the website.
Post a planner, whatever works, whatever automator works for you.
When do you add to business group? Later? That's a good question. So it depends on the person's interest in the business. We've had people that have jumped on with us and they're like, I don't want anything to do with the business. We're like, okay. And then a week later, they're like, I have 3 people asking me what I'm doing. What do I do? I say, okay, we're going to help you on what to do right now, but we'll add you to the business page so you can get more information. So super easy, and it's very organic when it happens.
Yeah. If somebody has any interest at all or showing me any questions about the business, I go ahead and just add them to the business page. That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
What other questions do we have? I know that you guys are just overwhelmed, and I know hopefully that was a little bit more organized.
Hopefully you got the screenshot.
Yeah. No qualification. I'm not sure what that means. What else we have?
What do you say when you add prospects to page? Okay, so you're talking about what do we say in the welcome post? It could be something as simple as welcome John to this amazing group. He's been into fitness and health for many years now. He wants to find out more about what we do. Hey John, take a look at the files and photo tabs at the top and let us know what you think. Enjoy and make yourself at home. Something that simple.
I like to keep my business page protected as well. It just feels more comfortable that once they enroll, that's when I'll add them to the business page if they show interest. If they're not in the business at all, I don't like adding anybody to the business page. Right? I want to protect my business page. I want to protect my associates. Okay. How long do you follow up in your team? 14 days at first, and then help.
Okay, so you're along with them. You give them the 14-day talk, and you're with them for the first 14 days, and then typically after that, they're going to let you know how engaged they want to continue to be. So that is a case-by-case basis, I guess, would be the best answer. Each person has a different style of communication. Some people are totally committed to the products on our team, and they don't ever want to talk to us. Some people love talking to us on a daily basis. So you want to meet them where they're at. That's all. There's no right or wrong answer. There's just meet them where they're at. You know, if you're following up on a daily basis and they're not getting back to you, you might do it every 3 days after that.
And please don't get discouraged with crickets.
Oh, silence, yeah.
When you follow up with somebody, let's just say I send a video chat to Sherry and just say, hey Sherry, I hope you're enjoying the group. There's also a business meeting on Monday night that I would love for you to actually, she's got to see my face, right? So hey Sherry, I just want to let you know, or not just, don't say that. I wanted to let you know that there is a business meeting on Monday night that I wanted you to attend, or an opportunity meeting. If you have time on Monday night, why don't you come on out? Also, I hope you're still enjoying the group, something like that. And if I don't hear back, I get silence, the silent treatments, or crickets. Please do not take offense by that. Crickets are actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Nobody is slamming the door in your face. Nobody is telling you no. Maybe it's just the wrong time right now. So embrace crickets and embrace the silence treatment, okay?
Yeah, they might be busy.
Yeah.
That might be all it is. But guys, we're going to wrap it up. We went a little bit long. If you have any other specific questions real quick, fire away. Otherwise, we're going to call it a day.
Beautiful. Have an amazing Saturday. We hope that this helped. I know it was a little bit long, but we had to go through A through Z. And I promise that we will go over our website and how we enroll properly. I want to leave you with this. Today is a full moon. It's a beautiful super moon.
Right now, yeah.
And many of you may be dealing with some internal junk and some issues that you may want to release and let go so you can release all these blocks that's in your life. Go ahead and tonight, when you write your affirmations or when you're writing your daily goals, or maybe you want to revisit them again, go ahead and write some stuff down that's this internal junk that you want to release, you just want to get rid of. Write it out, and then have a little bonfire or a mini bonfire, a safe bonfire, can be put in your fireplace. And I want you to burn that piece of paper. Sit down for a few minutes tonight and just go, you know what? This relationship is no longer serving me anymore, and I want to bless my life with another amazing relationship, or my business is stuck right now and I want it to start flowing again. Whatever it is, whatever blocks or things that's going on in your life, or maybe somebody hurt you, or whatever internal stuff from maybe your childhood, whatever it is, I want you to spend a moment tonight and write it all out that you want to clear and unblock. Release it, say a little prayer if you'd like, or a little positive affirmation, and then I want you to burn it and let it go, because we need to get this internal junk and all these cobwebs, and I want you to start flowing again with so much more abundance in your life. So please, if you want to, use the full moon energy, and just because it'll help catapult, and usually full moons are the end of things, and I want you to end any blocks or resistance or any negative relationships in your life. Like I had to block a few people in my life that were negative, sending me negative energy, and I was like, block, done, you're done. I can't deal with you right now because I don't want to absorb this negative energy, because me and Paul are doing some really great things and I'm protecting my space. So don't allow negativity in your life right now. You're doing something beautiful, you're doing something amazing, you're helping humanity, you're helping your loved ones. Don't let anybody come and take this integrity and this beautiful gift away from you. And when you start concentrating on the negative energy in your life, it's going to block you from anything else. So please get rid of this internal junk. Write it out. Please write it out and then burn it and let it go. It will be so liberating and so freeing. Okay? So try that tonight. And anything else?
That's good.
Great. We're going to go grab some lunch. We're hungry. Yeah,
we will see you tomorrow.
Beautiful, and such a beautiful, in fact, the super moon, full moon is actually full right now at 11:30, 12 o'clock. I know it's in the middle of the day, but it's actually in its full essence right now. And then tonight you'll see this beautiful super moon.
It's gonna be huge because the moon is the closest to the planet,
or maybe you just right. Or maybe you just want to get your gratitude journal and just start writing everything that you're ever so grateful for. But use this energy and this kind of this time and space to really get one with yourself, and just have an awesome, amazing Saturday. Let nothing disturb your peace today. As always, we want nothing more than for you to live the most extraordinary life.
Always free from physical and financial pain.
So join us on this mission.
Because it's a stone cold fact.
We've got a better way.
Now
let's go tell the world. We love you guys so much. Thank you today.
Thanks, guys.
We love you.